We are live. It's Thursday, guys. So you know what that means. We are here to quench your thirst for bolas, because we're balling with Bryan, and you came to see some balls. So tonight we have no other than Brandon from Oodles and Noodles. All his information is in the video description. He has done a show with Jason and I, which was a great show. So if you missed it, you can go back and catch that. He did a episode of The Keeper's Corner. I believe it was episode 15, if I'm not mistaken, but I know it was one of our earlier episodes, and it's when Jason finally did something and brought something to the table because he brought Brandon, and we had a great time. Um, so yeah, let's go see some balls. Let's go see Brandon's balls.
What's up, bro?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Oh, are we thirsty on Thursday? You feel me?
That's it. That's it. That's it. So this is so cool because the last time, and it's so evident just looking at you, that the last time you were about to retire, you were coming to the end of your military life, and apparently we are there.
Oh, dude, we are there. I officially retired on July 26th of this year as Staff Sergeant Brandon Hernandez. So that was pretty cool. And I was planning on getting out of the Army actually a few years prior. I told myself, man, I love this so much that what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Army thing, right? I was a paratrooper. I was a very busy guy. I was a jump master. And so I told myself, when I can live off of just my snake money consecutively for 12 months, I'll get out of the Army. Well, 18 months rolled around and I was still living off snake money. So, what ended up happening was, as a paratrooper, we did jump out of airplanes a lot. And I had a really bad parachuting accident, and I broke my back, fractured a few vertebrae in my spine, messed my neck up. I lost some eyesight in this eye and hearing in this ear. I got really messed up, and the Army says, well, you've been in too long to, move to a different job, and I was too high ranked to move to a different job. But I was in too short to retire, like 20-year retire, and they couldn't keep me in a combat job, so they ended up medically retiring me. And so it was a blessing in disguise. I was really sad to hang up my maroon beret and my jump master knife and trade it in for rubber gloves to pick up snake poop with, and a spoon to scrape the urates off. But I'm really glad that really was a blessing in disguise, and I'm so happy that I took the medical retirement, because I took the medical retire. Listen, and a lot of people are shy about talking numbers, not me. All right, I take the medical retirement, and the first year I get to focus purely on ball pythons. I have more clutches than I've ever had. Right, I have an 83 clutch here. It's crazy. What was really crazy was I have my first six-figure year. I broke the 100K. Which was mind blowing for me, dude. When I'm doing my Microsoft Excel, and I'm calculating everything, and I'm like, and as soon as I see 100,001, I was like, oh, dude, I almost cried. I met a goal that I set for myself 7 years ago, and that's and in 7 years, man, like 19, 20-hour days, sometimes 96 hours. I would work for 96 hours without sleeping because I wanted it that bad. And after all the nights and all of the shitty, awful experiences and all the times where my determination was really tested, can I really want to do this? Should I sell out? This is really hard. Where am I going to go? It paid off at year 6. Year 6, I made a huge profit, and I reinvested very wisely. A lot of bigger guys helped me out with that, so don't ever be afraid to ask for help in that department if you don't know, because no one knows everything, right? And I'm glad I made the investments I did because this year they paid off a lot in 12 months.
That's awesome.
Dude, I'm gonna show you some. As a matter of fact,
And congratulations on hitting the six figures and being able to do this full time. And thank you for your sacrifice and defending my freedom.
I love you, bro. You're so fucking awesome.
So Gerald Taylor says someone needs to make a ball python podcast TV guide. I actually did make one. If you look in my Discord, which I never use, so shame on me. But when I first came, there's actually something there that was supposed to do that. Maybe if the Discord was active, I would actually update it and keep it active. But I'll tell you this one: Wednesdays at 7 a.m. What's in your cup? Thursdays at 8 p.m. Bowling with Bryan, and then Friday I go north with the Canadian vanilla ice for the Keeper's Corner every Friday. So I'll give you that little one. But let's see some Brandon's bowl.
So this is I'm gonna actually show off these hats. These are I don't like to say just. People get real.
I don't say just. That's right.
Yeah, I don't say just. I apologize. It's a bad habit. I am trying really hard these days to break myself from bad habits. But for those who thanks, brother, appreciate that. For those who follow my Instagram, and I post quite avidly, there's a project I'm really excited about. It's Monarch. So these are both females, and these were both produced by Royal Reptiles, Liz. This is Super Pastel GHI Het Monarch, and this is Yellow Belly Het Monarch. And I would love to show you. I have a visual male, but he is
Team Monarch here.
Hell yeah. And yo, my visual male, all right, is breeding a clown female, a calico blackhead, an OD Enchi vanilla, and he just locked up with a bongo, yellow belly, Mojave, red gene, ringer gene, something else. I'll see when the babies hatch. Figure that out.
So that's probably part of the formula to hitting the 100K this year.
Yeah, it is. Well, so for those of you who are coming into this with because I didn't come into this with the full-time mentality. I ended up, thanks, bro. I ended up falling in love with breeding ball pythons. Hell yeah. I fell in love with breeding ball pythons more than I like jumping out of airplanes. So now I'm going to show a trio. Okay. So these are 2 lemon blasts, one of which is a male. I don't know right off the rip, but I'll pop them before I put them back to check. And
the one that has the hemipenes is the male.
Yes. And this is a pastel, right? This is a trio. One of these are the male, so let's just pretend this is the male. This is a 1.2 double het Monarch Desert Ghost. This was also a collaboration clutch with Liz. So I know a lot of people saw, oh, what up, Chino? Chino, there's no hypo in my collection. Actually, I have a shit ton of animals that are posset hypo that I just I couldn't get them any other way. I hate you, bro. I love you, brother. I'm just playing. But so I know a lot of people saw there were like 2 photos or 3 photos put out of the original visual Desert Ghost Monarch. And the first picture that was put out, thanks, Third Eye, was it still had its maternity skin on. So it had that waxy covering, right? A week or so later, a picture came out with the initial maternity shed, fresh skin, and it was basically a desert ghost with monarch color. It was the DG pattern. And then someone hit the pastel, which looked actually crazy. So because of how Pinstripe and DG work together, I'm hoping that making the Super Blast, Lemon Blast, DG Monarch can actually manipulate that. I really like working with genes, like, believe it or not, like bamboo. It's really hard to manipulate the look of the bamboo. But that's the challenge and that's the fun part. So that's my Monarch project and where I stand in it currently.
So my 9-year-old son's goal was to make a lemon blast. Now I would like him to. He hit it. He made 3 of them, and he
Yeah.
and he gifted 2 of them for fundraisers and whatnot. But I would like him. But I would like him to make his goal to make 6 figures. I would like that goal.
So I'll tell you this. Listen, and this is I want to say, I have been doing the hardest thing I've ever done since I got, like, in my life, since I got out of the Army. I've been sitting down with a therapist and getting inside of my own head, okay? And I've been learning what kind of thinker I am. And I want to let everyone know the long term, right, is very important. So I set that 6-figure goal, right? I hit the 6-figure goal. So now I'm at the top of this mountain. And so this experience can be taken one of 2 ways. Someone could say, oh shit, dude, I'm good at 80 to 100 clutches a year. I'm good with my 100K a year. I climbed the mountain. That shit sucked. I want to sit at the top of my mountain and be content. So now that I have climbed my first mountain, I realize that I'm not hungry anymore. I'm fucking starving. I want a bigger mountain. Where is my 7-figure mark? I want to be able to make 7 figures off somewhere 80 to 100 clutches, the same amount that I made this year. I want my genetic power to be that upgraded. And that is my 10-year plan. And that's a long-term goal, and that's a lofty goal, but that is a realistic goal. And
so I need you to commit right now to a reunion in 10 years when you hit the goal.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it.
And I want you to know, if it takes me 12 years, we'll do it in 12. If it takes me 15, I don't care. We'll do it in 15. I will hit the goal.
So I really love what you just shared. I help people not only set their goals, but strategize to achieve their goals. And part of that process is making them realize that there will be a dissatisfaction almost once you achieve the goal because it's over. Yeah. So crushing the goal is euphoric, but it's temporary, because once you achieve that, now you have to start shifting to, well, what comes next? Okay.
That's literally what I always think is what's next. Like, it took me 7 years to go full time. And so everyone knows I am a high school dropout with a GED who grew up really poor. And I started breeding snakes and ASFs in a 2-bedroom apartment off of a buck sergeant's salary, which dude, ramen noodles were my carbs, shots of V8 were my servings of vegetables, and protein shakes. And that's what I lived off of to achieve this.
No MRIs?
Oh, MREs, yeah.
MREs.
Of course, hell yeah, I ate MREs, man. I ate a shit ton of MREs, but 100K, 80 to 100. Just okay, so I had 83 clutches this year. And this year, I barely broke 6 figures. Yeah. So it was really awesome. But I also, bear in mind, your genetic odds have a lot to do with that. All right? So let's show more snakes. I want to talk about that. So check this out. This is this is my first lucky happenstance. So for those of you who've been following me a long time, I bought into Desert Ghost a long time ago. Like, I think I still have my first Desert Ghost, and his hatch date is 2013. and I got him, and he was still a juvenile. So I did buy. I only have one DG in my collection. That's a breeder that I outsourced, and it originally came from Bob Vu at Bob's Balls. If you guys don't know who he is, I don't. You must not be in the. You must be new to the community because he's awesome. He produces some incredible stuff, and he's been around for a while. So the female, in turn, is a pastel lesser desert ghost. So the male I got for her is a clown het DG, right? Pretty obvious what I'm doing here. Well, I hit this desert ghost lesser that's het clown, right?
Clean.
And then I hit, I'm going to put him back because, man, Chino, the thing hypo, but it is in shed, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry, but go check it out on my Insta. This was the great mistake. This was the thumbnail for this, actually. So this is DG Lesser Krypton. So Krypton, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to break this down real simple because I've seen a million videos on it that make it so complicated. Krypton just means double het cryptic clown. That's all. And cryptic and clown are allelic, like lesser and Mojave. So if you have a lesser Mojave bell, it'll only throw lesser or Mojave, but never both. It'll always throw cryptic or clown, but never both. What makes this a powerhouse is because it's visual DG, it'll also always throw DG. So no matter what, if you put this to a clown, you're going to be able to tell what's het cryptic, and everything is obviously het desert ghost. And that just makes this thing a powerhouse. And when I saw this in the egg originally, I thought it was like just a pastel lesser with some crazy het clown influence. But what then happened is Joe Briggs from Briggs Exotics comes and visits, and I show him this weird pastel out of that clutch. And he picks it up, and in like 2 seconds, he looks at me and he says, "Oh, dude, this is Krypton." And so this is pastel Krypton het desert ghost. This dude is crazy. And so I know there's a big stigma with the pastel gene because it is the most common gene in ball pythons. But there are a few genes it works really well with. Desert ghost, monarch, puzzle, cryptic are some of them. So to have this is also beneficial. This is basically a triple het. So what made me realize that was when this one finally shut out, because this is the same thing, but what up, Jose? That's one of my favorite people right there, without pastel. So pastel actually makes the pattern a little more crazy. And what people don't realize is pastel can affect pattern. Like if you look at a leopard and a pastel leopard, right? Nuts, dude. So this
if you look at a single gene, a high quality single gene pastel, they have crazy patterns. Pastel, I mean, it's an OG. It's definitely an extremely common. And I used to hate on pastel, but then it's just like you said, when you start seeing how it works with some combos, it's an amazing thing. Some people say you can't have desert ghost without pastel.
I mean, yeah, some people, well, here's desert ghost without pastel, but it's 100% het clown and it's a female.
Is that available?
Oh, fuck. I don't want it to be available, but I mean, everything has a price.
It's available, people. It's available.
There was one on my morph market. It wasn't on there long. The lesser DG Krypton also just got sold. And dude, this clutch was just wild. So it's also like planning tactically. Okay, so it's a pairing like this. You can't just put snakes together. People seem very eager to breed a lot of the time. Hell yeah, motherfuckers. So people seem very eager to get their feet wet, right? They want to get their first clutches in and everything. People cool your tits. Trust me.
Cool your tits.
Yeah, yeah. It comes with time. It really, really does. And to sort of touch back real quick on the goal setting thing, what people really don't understand and I didn't understand this until I've reached the top of my first mountain. And that's that reaching the goal, Bryan, like you said, there is dissatisfaction. But when I think back, okay, I've reached the goal. I'm still pretty fresh at reaching the goal, right? When I look back, I don't ever think about all the times I was like sucking and worried about reaching the goal. There were really good times on this journey. And that's the most beautiful part.
Enjoy the journey.
Dude, and I am 31 years old, and I am like at this weird, crazy point in my life where I'm young, but I'm mature enough to know that I have a lot to learn still, right? But I'm mature enough to know that my journey is still long, and I'm going to be able to enjoy it. And
I just have a question. I have a very serious question, man.
Yeah.
When you hit the goal, did you do the Reservoir Dog dance? Like,
when I when I hit the goal, I stood up in this desk and knocked the monitor off. This is what happened. And then I looked at my dog, who's right over there, and I yelled, "Fuck yeah!" And then we got in my Audi and drove to Dairy Queen and got Pup Cups and an Oreo Blizzard.
My daughter used to eat the Oreo Blizzards. I'm a vanilla chocolate dip. I'm good with the chocolate dip, man. Dairy Queen just has the best vanilla ice cream.
Oh yeah, dude. And I was just so hyped about that.
All right, so I see you rocking your Molinaro shirt. I just took mine off.
Dude. Kiri is one of my absolute favorite people. He is more popular on TikTok than Chuck Liddell. What's up, Troy from Best Dressed Balls? You guys need to view him on TikTok. And in my personal opinion, Kiri Molinaro has the best educational, child-friendly content on the internet. I'll say that with confidence, as a matter of fact. Absolutely. Great guy, also a Marine Corps veteran.
Yes. And a sick-ass stash.
Dude, his stash is sick.
I'm
bringing the beer, but his stash is just...
Well, he's competitive.
He does the competitive charity things with it.
I was trying to do a child-friendly educational show, but the Keeper's Corner turned into a shit show having Jason as a co-host. So that went out the window. He has a potty mouth, a real potty mouth. So we're gonna let Kerry have it. He's awesome. He just has the green goggles. I know Angie's trying to steal the green goggles from him. He's so awesome. So funny you said that. When we got the shirts and Samson got his, he was really, really excited. He puts it on right away. He goes, I follow him on TikTok, right?
Oh my God. If he would have made it in white and autographed it for him, that would have been everything.
He would have been so happy, right?
Oh, dude, that would have been so awesome.
Wait, so Troy said that he's getting ready to clean snakes. How do you stay so freshly dressed while you're cleaning snakes?
Oh, dude. Troy, I feel like Troy has as many suits as Batman does. Every time I see him at a show, and I have seen Troy vet shows for years, this dude has a different tuxedo cover. He did a sequence one on this last one, which I loved. It was fantastic. I would love to get him a real Gucci suit, though, one day. That would be...
You're going to have to do... You know what? Maybe we should all dress up like Troy for Halloween one year.
That would be incredible.
That would.
That would be so good.
Oh, we're all like Troy imposters at a show. I know I met Troy at Arlington. He was definitely the best dressed. He really was. That was the same show that I met you at. So he was definitely the best dressed there. So maybe we do that. Maybe we all dress up like him and see who wins the prize.
Dude, we should. I'm all about that. That would be some shit.
Jim, you are dating yourself talking about Captain Kangaroo. You are really, really dating yourself. Okay.
Speaking of imposters,
Brandon's 31 years old. He doesn't know who the hell Captain Kangaroo is.
nah. Fuck, buddy, I don't know who the hell that is, brother.
He just brought out Captain Kangaroo from when TV was black and white with the antenna.
I mean, we had that. I just got whipped with it. That was all it was for. That's all it was for. I was raised by a Hispanic grandma for the first 12 years of my life. So, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so wait, now we have rumors going around that Troy might really be Batman.
I thought my money is still on Chase Patton as Batman. Yeah. I've heard him talk like Batman pretty often. But speaking of imposters, right? This right here, this is sick, right? This is one of those snakes I wish the camera could pick up because the belly, of course, is going to look white because of the light. It's all yellow. It's totally yellow. This is a calico trick. So obviously, we're going to bring up the long heated debate. Blitz, Trick, and Hurricane. So, this is Calico Trick. Hey, Troy, I hope you're watching because you produced this guy right here, which is Enchi Black Pastel Hurricane. I'm juggling snakes right now, guys. Sorry, this is crazy.
Yeah, but you're doing a freaking amazing job. Do you have somebody handing you tubs over there?
No, I'm a one-man show. I do everything.
Dude, you got like 12 arms, man. Girls must hate being on a date with you.
I have one girl, and she really loves me. I love.
So she loves the octopus.
She said
loves the octopus arms.
Dr. Octopus and shit. Oh, dress up like Spider-Man, do weird cosplay stuff. So this is Black Pastel Enchi Hurricane. This really is this orange still into adulthood. Because Enchi and Black Pastel are an allelic combo. So just like we talked about earlier with the Krypton and the Bell, this will always throw Enchi or Black Pastel, never both, but also has a chance of throwing Hurricanes. Troy, I got this from Troy. Troy, you got some Desert Ghost females from me. Those are Posset Cryptic. Just want to let you know. Because I know he's watching. And this guy, Troy, told me after I bought him is Posset G-Stripe. And, oh, geez. Or I think it was G-Stripe. It could be Tri-Stripe. That looks pretty... we'll see. I can't remember what stripe he said. But...
it definitely looks badass, though.
Yeah, so between after working with Trick and Hurricane, I want to let you, and from what I have seen with Blitz and the Blitzkrieg stuff, especially this past week, I've seen a lot of people coming out with Super Blitz combos. So just real quick, I have seen a few animals that people alleged are Super Trick. But I am just going to try to make the Super Trick myself because all those animals that I saw looked different. Very much. Now, I've seen the Hayabusa, and I've seen the Hayabusa be proven, the Hayabusa being the Super Hurricane, and obviously the Blitzkrieg is what we call a Super Blitz. In my opinion, from being diverse, working 2 of the 3 genes, I think that Blitz and Hurricane are probably the same thing. I think Trick is different. I think Trick can possibly be on the same allele. I haven't put one to the other, but this is just my experience in my combos, looking at other people's combos that have also made the same thing. And also something that's difficult is there seems to be a lot of variation in the quality. You see a lot of hurricanes. I'll look at a hurricane. Someone will be like, this is a hurricane. I'm like, it's very low expression. And then I'll look at another one that almost looks like a super. It's crazy. And so I see
low expression is just a nice way of that looks like shit.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like shit. I wouldn't buy it.
It's just a nice way of saying it looks like shit.
It looks like shit, yeah. So you always want to buy the most high expression because as ball python breeders, we live and work in a market that's been around as long as I've been alive. And it obviously started with low quality, low expression animals. And as we line breed, we have these higher expressions. I've never seen them, but I've heard rumor that Mark Mandix, MJ line of Xanthics, I hear his normal hets are silver. And that's how high quality his Xanthic stuff is. Now, again, I've never seen it, again, but I'll tell you, only because this is close.
That's an interesting topic, because one of the things, and I know Sean Bradley had it on a podcast many years ago, but it's one of the things that I've always thought about is how the het influences phenotype, and there's certain genes that just do that. So it makes you wonder, are they really hets? Like, if they can affect the phenotype that way?
Okay. So, I'm going to answer your question.
Woo!
Eat your heart out, John Day. No, I'm playing. I love John. John is one of my very best friends in the industry, and John Day is actually the reason I breed ball pythons. Believe it or not. Love
wow, amen.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the Xanthic Firefly, I decided to go from being a keeper to a breeder. But, so this is actually just a single gene pastel Xanthic VPI. That's it.
Say it again.
This is a single dose of pastel. So pastel VPI Xanthic. That's all this is.
Okay.
There's no fire. It's not super. As you remember, you just said the wonky pattern.
Right.
Right? I line bred. I held back for 3 generations, the best looking ones. Finally, I got this. But I wish I would have bought something like this first and put this quality into my collection to begin with. Now, to answer your question on the phenotype, in true genetic science, real genetic science, and not to insult ball python breeders, but typically ball python breeders don't know shit about real genetics. Like, they don't know how to map out an allele stream, the dinucleic acid, or anything. So,
like, I think het red Xanthic is like the only thing that's actually labeled properly.
That is, yeah, HRA is the only ball python that is correctly named. So, like, for example, pastel should actually be called het pastel, and super pastel should actually be pastel.
Be called pastel, right?
Yeah. Now, as far as recessives go, and even the banana sex link gene is incorrect. Markers are phenotype. Exactly. Exactly. So in real genetic science, if there are any phenotypic effects, or even things that can down the line polymorphically change the animal's look, it is not considered recessive. So piebald, right? Piebaldism is just partial leucism. It is recessive in the fact that in a heterozygous form, one allele is on one side of the sister of the dinucleic acid. Now, in the super form, that's the nickname ball pythons give it, the homozygous look, where it has both alleles, you have the full partial leucistic animal, right? But because you have het markers, it is truly not recessive. As a matter of fact, here, watch out, Bubba.
I've been saying this for years, folks.
Yeah. So, but so here's, I'm gonna show you some really crazy het influence stuff.
Nerds are cool today, just for the record. That's another thing, guys. Nerds are cool.
Nerds are the new jock.
That's right. That's right.
But so what was I about to say? Something about phenotype. Oh man, I've been blown up a couple times. Sorry, guys. Alleles, phenotypes, effect.
Want me to rewind this live?
I wish we could. Oh well, I'll just get on to the snake and show you what het influence does. So everyone knows what a single gene yellow belly looks like, right? So this is a single gene yellow belly. Female. Oh, I wish you could see it on. Damn. So she has het pied markers. You could sort of see them right up here. But her het pied markers are her whole belly. You can see it up by this hand right here. There's a little yellow coming in on the side that goes down her whole belly.
Yeah, you see, it's actually showing really well.
Okay, good. I can't see it good on my end. And then her pattern's a little wonky too, and she is brighter than normal. So this yellow belly female is double het clown pied. She's being bred right now too, so I'm excited for that one. I got this girl from a buddy of mine. He's also a retired veteran. His name is Val. His company's called White Feather Balls. He is on Instagram. Guys, go check him out. He actually he's pretty low key. He has some pretty cool shit. He works old school projects. He's an old school dude. So if you guys are into like True Ghost, Xanthic Hypo, stuff like that, that's like his alley. Jack, get out of here. And this girl also, you'll see this combo. I've seen this combo a lot the past year come out. It's very common these days. I got this one from my homegirl Tegan at Victoria Serpents. This is Fire Leopard Mojave double het clown pied, and she'll be ready to see a male in probably like 4 months. So I'm also really excited about this one. But you see the pattern is like floated. The het pied influence is pretty obvious. Now, with the higher expression and lower expression stuff, back in the day, we used to think that the amount of white on a pied was totally random. And we could only influence it by certain genes like Enchi or pinstripe, things that bring the pattern back. But now piebald is a 20-year-old gene, and we have found that you can line breed low white pieds. Like,
get out of here.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Tegan from Victoria Serpents, shout out to her again. She really is one of my very favorite people in this industry. Good friend of mine. Go check out her. I think it's either her most recent post or maybe the one prior. She just got a desert ghost pinstripe that you can't tell if it's het pied or no white pied. So, and that says a lot, right? It really does. You can, Gavin Adkins from Balls to You says it a lot, and I love it. Why make the world's first when you can make the world's best?
Best.
Yeah. Like you spit in the air, it'll land on a world first.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. I just showed you.
2 minutes before our live, I was DMing back and forth with someone because he has a project that I want to get into, and I'm not going to talk about that today. We got a beautiful female today, and she's even more beautiful than I thought she was. So long story short, I was just mentioning how I want to put a no white pied into her. First of all, I love low white pied. And since I started seeing the no white pieds, I'm like, I have to get no white pied. So to hear that there is the potential to line breed and continually make the no white pied would make this project, and I'll speak to you all about it offline, but it makes the project even that more exciting.
Yeah. And people don't realize that. I mean, piebaldism is cool, right? It really is. But the more pattern you bring back, that's more of a canvas, right? We're kind of like scientific artists, right? We're breeding animals. They're literally living art. And you want to always have your artwork have the highest expression because it's yours. You put in that time, right? You feed it, you clean it, you breed it. Like, dude, you put in so much time. So your outcome, right? You want it to reflect your work. So don't ever shortchange yourself. Always try to buy. Like if you are real eager to buy into a project, but you look at everything that's for sale and they all are, you're just like, that's not what I want. I want something more high expression, something cleaner, something with better contrast, wonkier pattern. Wait for that quality animal. Put your money away.
But here's the deal, and it's just like pretty much anything else in life. Some people just have to go through the experience. You can
Oh
preach
yeah.
and preach and
Yeah,
preach.
you right.
I get DMs all the time, like, look what I just picked up. And my question is always, but what is your plan? Okay,
Yes.
you're gonna have a room full of sales snakes that you can't do anything with. What is your plan? And I try to tell people it is so much better to just wait. But it's just like you said, you get the fever. So
Yeah.
one of the things that really irks me is someone that just gets a ball python and they're already asking, well, how do I breed this? Oh, do you have any adult females? You haven't even raised a ball python yet. You've done no research at all. You have no client base. Who are you going to
Yeah.
so just for example, so Brandon hitting goal, right, which is impressive. Listen to what it took. Listen to the years of research, the years of actual practice. Another thing is to even be able to move 80 clutches, you need a clientele. You need a client base in order to
Yeah.
do that. All right. So the goal wasn't just to create. It's a business. You have to bring business. You have to combine business with your passion, guys. The beautiful thing is if you get paid to do something you love, you're now working. But it is
Oh yeah.
okay. It is work.
Dude.
So we have a good question here. Let me know
Send
what
me.
your experience is because I see answers that I don't necessarily agree with. Third Eye Balls is asking. This might be a newbie question, but what the heck are markers for head clowns? I never get the same answer.
Okay.
Because I see.
So, okay. I can make this very easy. So, oh man, give me 20 seconds and I'll pull out some snakes and I'll show
Okay,
you.
excellent. Because
I'm
I
gonna take my
don't.
headphones off so I'm not gonna be able to hear you for a minute.
Okay. So I don't necessarily agree with you, jar pythons, because I know in my experience I've seen a lot of like clowns that have extremely dark blacks. So I mean that's just one indication that I've seen pretty consistent amongst head clowns. And I've heard others that they say do have het markers. So I love the debate that's going on. Low whites are my choice. I'm with you, but then I have high white and I love him too. So, but then I got the low white and I fell in love with the low white. Now I really want a no white. So I'm with you on that. I agree with you on that. I think Tom joined us here. All right, so Brandon's back. Let's see what he says about these clown het markers.
Okay. So, first thing is first. This is a clown, okay? This ain't no joke. This girl is serious. I'm not playing. She weighed in today at 45.71 grams.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fat shame her, but that's a fat bitch.
She is almost gravid. She's building hard. This is the one the monarch is breeding.
Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, check this out. This is a single gene clown. The reason why we call it clown is because, like, eye, nose, mouth, right there. That's that clown face, right? That's that clown pattern. That's what we call the clown pattern. So all the stuff that I hatch out, that is het clown. This is a single gene fire female, proven breeder. See right here where my fingers are? These bitches are strong as hell, dude. Oh, African softers, guys. It tries to make the clown face in the pattern. Oh yeah, that finger. There we go. See it by my chin?
Beautiful.
See 2 eyes and a mouth. And so that's probably not the only one. No, there's one here as well. And there's a few. So all my clown stuff, I can find that little piece of the clown pattern in the snake. That's the het influence transferring over, because as we know, clown is an extremely versatile pattern mutation. But I'm going to put both of these back. See, they're serious, man.
So the beautiful thing is, guys, and if you're not participating in the Ball Python Genetics project, please go check out episode 28 of the Keeper's Corner. We just sent out another 50 plus sheds the other day. Save your sheds, send in your sheds. We have links that explain the process, and they've already identified quite a few genes. They can tell you the difference between different genes, some genes that they've identified that have different names but are the same thing. So I think the more we participate, the more we contribute, the more we'll learn and have answers to some of these questions.
Years possibly. Yeah, do we got any more crazy questions?
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good question, and I think that you answered it appropriately. If the two eyes of the mouth and the alien head, it's a solid marker type clown. So
I mean, again, this is just like my experience, me creating my own animals and figuring this out, because I never had a mentor, like, ever. I've only ever asked, like, Troy, Liz, Will Morose, and Justin. Those are like the only people I've ever asked for help before. And I didn't have a mentor coming up. So all these things, I just figured them out myself. No one taught them to me. But that's, I mean, for me, I learned really well that way. I'm a good trial by fire kind of guy. You just throw me in the fire, man. I'll figure it out. I'll adapt. Straight up.
But I think that's kind of like a lot of our nature, where we have to sometimes experience it firsthand. You know, it's good and it's bad. You know.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Liz. Like, gosh, I was sad to hear the news. So is that it? Is the show over?
Yeah, that's it, man.
So what are you gonna do? You bring a lot to the table. Do you want me to get rid of the Canadian and you join me?
No, man, we can't get rid of Jason.
I'm always getting rid of the Canadian. I can't get rid of the Canadian because I enjoy beating on him so much. I can't get rid of him, you know?
He's a solid fucking guy, too. I really like him a lot. He's a good dude.
He sure is. And I wouldn't have met you initially without him, so.
That's true. So I think what I'm going to do is, for those of you who don't know, first off, this is Jax. He's my best friend.
What up, dude?
And I am moving to Tennessee next month. I will be like 20 minutes northeast of Knoxville. I'll be like an hour from Shane Kelly. I'm like 45 minutes from O'Malley's, like an hour and some change from Full Throttle. So there's a lot of people over there.
Tennessee's trying to take over.
Tennessee, I don't know. Okay. Tennessee, can you hear me good? Is the audio still solid? All right. Cool.
Yes.
Tennessee was not my first choice. It was my second. North Carolina was my first choice because if you just go on the other side of the Smokies, because the Smokies separate the two, they look exactly the same state. It's just North Carolina has a slightly lower cost of living, which means it's that much easier for me to be successful. Also, quick note for everyone out there, listen, no one's going to live your life but you. No one's going to put money in your bank account but you. Don't let your friends or family or who the fuck ever hold you back from doing whatever you want to do. If you need to get the fuck up out of your small town and get out of that small town mentality and move somewhere where it's a better cost of living, and do whatever you have to do to make you successful. Because if you don't, then this is unattainable for you. Now, that's why North Carolina was.
COVID just shifted me all the way up to almost Canada. Okay? because I had to find an opportunity. Things were changing. COVID changed. Yankee Stadium, I had a beautiful contract there. Stadium was shut down. And I said, well, what's next? An opportunity presented itself. And I am a stone's throw away from Canada, you know. And
man.
I won't regret it. My wife is making plans to go back for Thanksgiving. I was like, I don't eat turkey. I'm staying here. You know, like,
hell yeah. I love that. So yeah, always remember that, guys. I have no idea what the fuck I was gonna say after that. But
so you were talking about Tennessee, and the reason why it's funny, I was speaking with Jerome yesterday, and Tennessee's on his mind.
I
You
know.
know, there's a lot of breeders in Tennessee and close to Tennessee. I mean, you have Arkansas close by. You got just a lot of breeders in that neck of the woods. You guys are trying to take over.
So here's the other thing about this industry, right? I would absolutely call this an industry and a profession, and I would say I'm starting a new career even. Tennessee is solid for these reasons. And unless you were full time, you probably wouldn't think about this kind of stuff. Tennessee is centrally located, right, to a lot of states, so it's easy to ship. It'll be cheap to ship to East Coast, and of course Knoxville, FedEx Hub, right there, right? Yeah, H&H. And so there's that, which immediately, and people don't think about shit like this. But if you could say $5 a shipment, and you're shipping 1,000 shipments a year over the course of 10 years, why would you not want to save $50,000? I'm just saying. So,
No state tax.
yeah, there's that as well. I'm also not going to be paying taxes because I am a medically retired veteran. So that's pretty. Well, I actually have to pay taxes for the first year, and then I don't have to pay taxes ever again after that. But so yeah, the cost of living actually isn't too bad, and that's another thing to think about, right? Because if you want to expand, if you want to put up a facility, if you want to be able to print your own labels, if you want to set up your own office to work your logistics, have things on order. I have a 3-month order, right? So as soon as I am at 90 days worth of supplies, I get 90 days more, and it's automatic. And I know it comes because I'm my own manager. I work my own logistics. I work my own finances. I work my own marketing. I do it all. And people don't think about that. But Tennessee is so, now that I think, and I didn't think about it. I just literally picked Tennessee over North Carolina because of that dick face and his spitting cobra. That's the only reason why I went to the other side. But Tennessee is the next best choice to North Carolina for me. But for me to personally be most successful, Texas would be the best choice. However, I am not.
That's why I want to go.
Yeah, it would be the best choice.
I joke about it that I came north, but this is part of the plan to head south.
Like
I've been trying to sell my wife on Texas for a little bit now after visiting. It was the first time I ever wanted to leave New York City. And it was funny because I had to choose the whole sale. Well, before we head to Texas, we got this opportunity up in Bumbleville, and Gatto, that's it. You're done with the city, huh?
Dang.
The city's rough. New York City's really, really rough. And as far as the cost of living and the quality of living, there's no comparison. And then if you add in the crime rate, I mean, it's like the 1970s now. So it's bad all around. So why is nobody talking about moving to New Jersey? You want to know why, John? Because New Jersey has 8 of the top 10 highest tax rates in the country.
It also is located so close to the shore that when things like natural disasters happen, your insurance, sure, it'll cover it, but that doesn't get back everything you lost.
Oh no, let me tell you, we made a killing. When I was running, I used to run a flooring company, and Jersey was my market. You know that guy.
There you go.
588 2300. But let me tell you, these people got no. I mean, FEMA. I saw checks for $18. Okay, and then their insurance rates became outrageous, and then areas were being rezoned as flood zones. And besides, your water is toxic. You guys got all these New Yorkers that go over there. It's horrible. New Jersey sucks.
I'm not a Jersey guy. So I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I do. We all have a past. So I did a lot of work up in New York, traveling between the two. Hey, what's up, brother?
Brian, it's so funny.
Brian, dude.
I was watching one of the episodes of Freshman and Fabulous, and I'm looking, and Brian's on this episode, and he cheats, man. He has like this 4K camera. Everybody looks like everybody, and then he's just like,
No.
oh.
His camera's nice as hell, bro.
He's
His
looking crispy. But you know what? He's Air Force, and I don't like Air Force men too much. You know, my father was an Air Force man, and you know.
Nah, only the only good thing in the Air Force are the women. I promise. I'm sorry. That sounded so sexist. I'm sorry.
You know, I think that we need to be a little sexist. This country's getting so soft, man. Like,
yeah, it is a kinder, gentler the world we live in today. And it blows my mind. I see it a lot.
This scares me right here, though. This scares me right here. It's
goddamn.
That's a bad picture to think of.
Yeah, right. Lots of people have insecurities these days. It seems and they worry so much, and it gives them anxiety. But man, I promise everybody, you're gonna grow up. And I'm not saying you're all immature, but you're gonna grow to an age one time where you're kind of just like, man, I like what I like, and I don't really give a fuck what anyone else thinks. And that's just how it is.
That didn't happen for me until my mid-30s.
It like just happened for me. Like just
the
happened.
sooner the better, guy. Your life is so much better. Okay,
I'm married.
So honestly, the only person that matters, their opinion of me now, is my wife. Okay.
Exactly.
That's the only person I have to make sure that at the end of the day everything's good.
Happy wife, happy life, man.
That's it. Happy wife, happy life. Now we're gonna be politically correct. Happy spouse, happy house, but no, happy wife.
Yeah. Happy wife, happy life. Yeah, I mean either way, it's whatever. It's long as I know, right?
Making this awkward, Tom. Very awkward. Like this is so awkward.
Jesus, tap hands.
And today, Bryan put up a post about spooning. He had a pair, and they looked like they were spooning. And he put a post, and Tom's over here giving us the imagery of them spooning. What's going on? It's not that type of show.
Whoa, what the fuck is going on in the comments, man? This shit is wild.
These guys are getting outrageous.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Listen, you have an amazing collection. Again, you know, kudos on the ability to do this full time, to live your dream, to hit your first goal, your first of many. We can't wait to see the 7-figure goal accomplished. Team Monarch, awesome. I know you showed us the Monarch when you were on the Keeper's Corner. Team Monarch, I love Monarch. I always call Ultramel the bootleg Monarch. Guys, I do appreciate Ultramel, okay?
Ultramel's a good project, actually. I like
it's hard. When you see a Monarch, it's just hard to have that.
Yeah, especially when you put them next to each other. So what's really wild, and I didn't notice it really till a couple of days ago, my Monarch is now fully an adult, right? He is a fully grown male. He looks like an Ultramel, but he's a pastel Monarch. And pastel goes good with Monarch. So Monarch aged pastel very brightly. And that's the thing. Monarch is like a deep, rich, dark gene, whereas Ultramel is closer to a highlighter, is what I say. Like Monarch is an oil paint, and Ultramel is like a highlighter. That's what I say.
All right. Well, I get it. So what can we expect to see this year? Before we sign off, what should we look forward to out of Oodles and Noodles?
Shit. Hey man, quit barking. This is tough because there's a lot of
that sneaky smirk.
I know, I'm an asshole. I'm sorry, guys. I don't. It's not that I have secrets. It's that there's some shit where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is, and I cannot show it to anyone because if I show it to someone, I'm like, hey, this is this. And everyone's going to be like, oh, whoa. And then they're going to start looking at this and be like, oh, well, now I see this and fucking everything. Like now that I have Krypton in my collection, everything looks like it's at cryptic to me. Straight up. Like it's ridiculous. But expect.
We haven't seen, let me see. Did we see any puzzle earlier? No.
Oh, you want me to take it? I only have one puzzle.
Well, that'll be a way to end the show right there.
All right. Let me go grab it.
Guys, I always say it. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by tonight. We have the best viewers, okay? The absolute best viewers. We've crushed viewership hours. Now, can we just get the 1,000 subscribers? Please spread the word. 1,000 subscribers. We have 8 snakes to give away, and I'm picking up the ingredients to make a Batman donated by DTMG, Danny from DTMG Pythons, at Battlefield next week. And he said that when we hit 1,250 subscribers, I can give it away. Okay, those are his terms, not mine. Batman ingredients. You want to make your own Batman? Let's get to 1,250 subscribers. You guys are the best viewers. Now let's be the best marketers out there, and let's get those subscribers.
Hell yeah! All right, so this is the only puzzle I have. This is a pastel puzzle. So a last really good piece of advice that I can give you guys, it'll be on collection and project building. So when I buy a new gene I don't have, for example, puzzle, I buy it in as a male. The reason why is because I have so many breeder females. It's too easy for me to just plug this dude away, right? He'll put in work, and I'll have a lot of puzzle stuff. So, but I didn't buy puzzle with the intent to work puzzle as a project. I obviously am DG heavy, so as you know, this guy is seeing 2 different DG females. Both very have one has black pastel, and the other one has Odienchi fire. So, from what I've heard, put pattern to puzzle. That hint.
So I just hope, especially newer breeders, heard that. We're always talking about, is it female? Is it female? Is it female? Get yourself some powerhouse males. I had that conversation with 2 different people today. One who didn't have such a good experience, that a female ended up being missexed and is actually a male and completely ruins his plans. And the other one letting him know that it's okay, he has a male, because you can plug the male to many females. So if you're looking at it from a business perspective, if it's a powerhouse male, you're going to get a much better return on investment if you have breeder females. So I hope that's sunk in for some of you that are always hunting for female only. Okay, you need some power there.
You want to talk 6-figure advice? I'll give you 6-figure advice. Buy you 3 or 4 female clowns, grow them up for 3 years, then drop 20 to 25 grand on a male het Pompeii. You should get close to $500,000, between $250,000 and $500,000 off of those bitches. There you go. You're welcome. I just fucking go pay off your house, people. See you never.
But in the meantime, work on the client base, okay?
Market yourself. Don't be an asshole. Treat people with respect. Whoever you are, be yourself, and don't give a shit what anyone else thinks. Because at the end of the day, we're just all trying to make cool snakes. And to answer your previous question, after a lot of thought, you'll see a lot of DG clown combos that are heavily patterned with mahogany, black pastel, cinnamon, and pinstripe, as well as possibly bongo, because I don't know if this one dude is bongo or not. And no, that's like the only really cool shit, because man, I'm making a lot of heads this year. I'm pushing Monarch hard, harder than that's going to be the future of my company. To be honest, I think in a big way, in a tremendously huge way. DG Puzzle was what I thought about when I wanted to buy this. If I see a gene that I want to work, I don't buy it unless I can see myself working it for 10 years either, that project. Successful people think long term. I think I'm out of advice. That's it. Oh, and enjoy the journey. Have fun, dude. The best,
enjoy the journey. That's it. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the process. Well, Brandon, we're at that time. First and
Yep.
foremost, thank you. First and foremost, I'm just as tired. Brandon and I were talking about
Yeah.
who was more tired before we
Dude.
did this live today. All right. So we did it for you guys. We did this for you. Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm on hour 29 or 30 without sleep.
I'm drained, but let me tell you something. You gave me that adrenaline rush. Awesome gems. You dropped some serious gems today. I hope you all appreciated it as much as I do. And I definitely appreciate the gift of time. It is the greatest gift you can give anyone.
That's
And
right.
I love how you gave me that gift of time. You are the man. Congrats. And this is going to be a better year than last year for you.
It is. Oh, bro. Yo, you hyped me up so just like you solidified that in my mind. Like,
it's happening. It's happening.
It is. I'm ready.
It's happening.
I'm ready, dude.
So the rest of you guys have a great night. Don't forget, I will be bashing and abusing the Canadian tomorrow night. Come join us at 8 o'clock Eastern time right here. Same channel, guys, the Keeper's Corner. Everybody have a great night. Brandon, you rock, brother.
Hey, you're awesome, too. Everyone have a good one, guys. Shut up and breed.